we're going to the beach. I'm so excited. I really am looking forward to just getting out of the house, going somewhere outside, enjoying nature. It was one of the first things we started to do to get back out again last spring or early summer. I guess it was summer. We started going to the beach, and this is the first one we went to. It's on Cocoa Beach, so that's the East Coast. It's like an hour-ish away, and yeah, there's probably gonna be some special guests there that I'm very excited about. When we first went here last year, one of the Disney cruise ships was there, anchored out far away, and it like just really shocked me because we love the Disney cruises so much. That's probably my favorite vacation of anything, because you truly get to relax and they're just so pretty and wonderful. The struggle is real. If you're not familiar with Disney cruises, basically they go out of Port Canaveral, which is just about an hour from Orlando. If you wanted to go to the beach, you would have to probably rent a car. Like, I don't know of something that, unless there's some kind of shuttle or something, but the Disney cruises are incredible, and this is exactly how we drive to take a Disney cruise. There are these couple bridges we go over, and we can like start to see the port and all the ships. So I hope we can see them. Looking, I don't see anything yet. I like to keep up with where the Disney cruise ships are from time to time by looking at this one website called Disney Cruise Line Blog, I think it's just Disney Cruise Line Blog, and it's like a fan site, it's not official or anything, and they have on there like current ship locations and a little map, and I think they just like import it from somewhere else, but you can see, it's just like this map and you can see where the different ships are. Yesterday there were 3 ships anchored here. I actually also read Gift of Life with the book club, and I have that meeting here on YouTube if you want to go back and watch it. We just talk about the book. Great book. There was a lot of stuff about Cape Canaveral and like building the space program pretty much, because it was about the life of Henry Landworth, who's the founder of Give Kids a World Village, and he had like a whole history out here. So I was kind of like, let's go to the beach. Like, I've been reading about it for a couple weeks. So if you haven't been, this is kind of what happens. There's also terminals like an airport. So when you're going on a cruise, you're looking for a certain terminal. There is a Disney Cruise Line terminal at Port Canaveral. It is magic. There's Disney Cruise Line. We had aspirations to go on another week-long cruise on the Fantasy in 2020. You know, and then everything. But that's still high up on my wish list. There are a lot of these little side street kind of parking lots where it's just public beach access. You just bring your own stuff and you can park for free. We were hoping it would be really quiet, and it is. We didn't bring Scarlett today because there are no doggies allowed at this area. Some beaches in Cocoa allow you to bring dogs between specific hours, and that's like a newer thing that they're doing. It's a little too much hassle for us driving all the way here to only be able to bring her from like 6 to 10. So we have another dog beach that we go to with her, but today we wanted to come see the cruise ships. The reason I originally picked this beach to start coming to was because it has a short access here and it's wide. It's not like a dock. Some of them you have to walk out. I see some stuff out there. But during the beginning of the pandemic, when we didn't know anything, this was really easy to not have to come in contact with anyone else. It's also just really easy to get your stuff on and off. They're here. It's so amazing. I'm just gonna zoom in. You can just tell their specific shape. 3 of the 4 Disney Cruise Line ships are just here hanging out at the beach. So it's definitely the Dream and the Fantasy, and one of the older ships is in England and the other one is here. I'm not sure which is which.
I think it was the Wonder.
You think the Wonder? Wow, that's so cool. All right, it's real. We just took a bunch of photos. This is as close as anyone's getting to a Disney Cruise Line vacation right now. Last time we were here and one of the cruise ships was here, I think it was the Fantasy, and we went on the Fantasy for our honeymoon. I have those videos here on my channel, I'll link them below. And we just pretended like we were on an excursion all day. And today, that's what we're doing. We're on vacation. Jim suspects that it is cold because there's not a soul in it. Just think, Jim. Enchanted Garden, Royal Palace, they're all out there.
Yeah.
Just sitting there, the aqueduct, just hanging out.
Oh, it's freezing.
No way. I'm just happy to be here with you. I definitely did get used to it after a second. Woo! We got here about 9:30 on a Monday morning, and I just wanted to illustrate how things are going. Oh my gosh, it looks like Piper! It looks like Piper from the Pixar short. Brought every Disney Cruise Line towel we own because Disney Cruise Line is here, and my Spirit jersey because I like to take the sun seriously. Real cute. Today's beach trip might have also been inspired by Caribbean Life, the HGTV show on Hulu that I've been watching. That seagull is awfully loud. We like to put one of these behind us so we have claimed a little more space and people aren't coming close, if you know what I mean. So there's that. Hey Jimmy, you see those birds over there?
Yeah.
I told them I was a rocket scientist and they believed me because they're really gullible. Pale people at the beach. This is how we do. It's very fitting because I have I think it's from our honeymoon, a picture of me just covered in towels on a hammock on Castaway Cay. Way far out there. I have no idea what these are called, but right there on the left of the screen you can just see these two really tall things, and that's space stuff. I have never really had an interest in space things, to be honest. And there's a bee. He's gone. So I just kind of like had my first dive into Space Coast history and how the first people out here going to space, like the first hotel that was created for that purpose to house the astronauts and engineers and such, was the Starlight Motel. And yeah, so I just learned my first space things really, and it was fascinating. It was very interesting. I blame not having an interest in space on not being able to go to space camp when I was 10. Everybody else in the class went, not me. Hello, good sir.
Hello.
Jim was guessing which ship is which. I'm gonna look up what they are in a minute and we'll see like where they're placed and if we can actually accurately figure it out based on that map. So what do you think this far one on the left is, Jim?
I think that is the Dream.
He thinks that's the Dream. Middle one?
Wonder.
Wonder.
Fantasy.
Fantasy, I agree. When I see this one, I think it's a Fantasy and I don't know why. In case you don't know, the Fantasy and Dream are sister ships and they, I believe, are identical except for the interior decor. The atriums are slightly different. One is Art Deco?
Yes.
So the decor and interior design styles differ, but I think the model of the ship is the same, as is the Magic and Wonder. And the next 3 ships that are coming, I guessed one of the names right. They, I think, are all the same. I think one might be a little bit bigger, but they're like the same model ship, basically, I think. Based on what I just looked at from that website, it appears this is the Fantasy. You got the Wonder right, and this is the Dream. This one's a little closer, so for some reason in my head, I always think the Fantasy is like the best ship. I mean, they're really, really close to being the same, but I don't know why I thought that was it. Do you have a favorite restaurant on the ships?
Big fan of Cabanas.
Really?
I like it, but like especially for breakfast. But man, the favorite restaurant might be Paolo for having that brunch.
We went to the
Ooh,
brunch at Paolo before we were vegan. That was like one of our last hurrahs. Because we went on that cruise, what month?
It was like
Was it April 2018?
beginner. I thought it was like early November.
I thought we went in 2018 and then we're vegan right after.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, we went to the brunch at Paolo and that was amazing.
Yeah, that was awesome.
It was great. And it was just beautiful.
I also really like the garden one that has the flowers that open.
Yes, the flowers that open. Honestly, the food at Disney Cruise Line is, I mean, that's one of the best parts. I have my favorite little things. And now when I go and I'll be asking for the plant-based menu, which you tell them in advance, I'm sure I'll find new favorite things.
Yeah.
I might have some of my old favorites because that's like how I roll. But I'm like excited to see what kind of like fresh vegetable things they can do. I'm sure they'll do like amazing veggie everything because
Yeah.
the chefs are incredible.
I'll still get those black truffle persets.
There's like a black truffle pasta, but it's kind of like a ravioli, but like a perset, like the way that it's shaped. But it's like mushroom. Oh, like a truffle is a type of mushroom type thing.
Yeah.
I think that's the first time I ever had truffle anything was that. Like, I'm pretty sure I had that on my first Disney cruise in 2011? 2011. Yeah. It's the 10-year anniversary of my Disney cruise obsession. Jim found some steel drum music and the water's getting bluer. It's starting to get really nice. Wow, you can really see the ships now. Wow. Amazing. Somebody's got a shark kite down here, which is pretty cool. So I just got the coolest invitation that I'm so excited about. I know that I am always talking about Give Kids a World Village on this YouTube channel. Literally cannot help it. It is such a huge part of my life. So while I was out here, partially inspired by reading the book about Give Kids a World founder Henry Landworth, I got the invitation to go to the grand opening of the new ice cream parlor at Give Kids a World. It's called Henry's Starlight Scoops. It was supposed to open last year, and I had like 2 different events I was going to celebrate the grand opening of it, and that happened the week the pandemic was closing everything, and I'm so delighted that they're still gonna have a grand opening event. They're having an astronaut come and some other special guests, they said. And I just can't believe that I got that invite while I was here. It's gonna be on Founders Day, which is March 7th, which I think is Henry's birthday. Woof, it's cold. Definitely a bit brighter now, so I wanted to just see what we could see now that it was a little less hazy. So this one is the Dream. This middle one is the Wonder. That one's farther out. And that's the Fantasy. So I know Jim so well. I was like, Jim, can we listen to some steel drum music? And he put it on. And it's really relaxing to me. It's like a super, I mean, it's usually like upbeat. And there'll be like, you know, drums behind it that are like faster and stuff. And I just knew that it was gonna make Jim a little anxious. Like it was like too much for him. So like 15 minutes into steel drum, Jim's like, do you mind if we put on Harry Belafonte? And I was like, who's that? And then he sang the one song that I knew. I know you so well. I knew that was gonna be making you like too hype. Here's my perfect beach playlist. Steel drum, Bob Marley, Jimmy Buffett. My stepdad is super into sailing vlogs, and he got me into sailing vlogs. I like to watch Sailing La Vagabond. I'll put them below actually. I love their channel. It's really interesting. And here we have the native Floridian right in the wild out here taking a nap. What a thrill to see this in person. They're so smart, they know how to protect themselves from the sun. Trying not to get burnt. This one's broken. Could I be loved? I don't know, Bob Marley, could I? What's that song about? Could you be loved? You're making me question it now.
Nicole out there. I love that girl.
We're home and there's nothing like that, like after beach tired when you've just been out in the sun. It wasn't too hot today, it was actually really nice, and March is like prime beach time. It's not too hot yet. It was good, so really glad we went, and I'll see you next time. Have a magical day. You okay, bud?
Yeah, sorry, man.
What's going on?
I just dropped the box.
Oh, it's all good. Okay, bye.